Hello, guys. It's me, Sanjay here. Warmly welcome you all for this session. What we did was we used to do UR data transmission. We used to send the character A from this microcontroller, and we have made a connection between this microcontroller versus this kit, and we used to analyze that frame diagram of the UR protocol for the character A, which has been received. So that we guys have shown by with the help of logic analyzer. So logic analyzer here it is really helpful for doing analysis of the protocol, how it works, that all the time frame and everything you can able to see it with the help of this logic analyzer. But at the same time now you can see a PS with that device, and now I'm gonna show you a demo on an oscilloscope. So you can see this is an oscilloscope window where this device is capable of having two channel. What do you mean by two channel? If you wanted to see two waveforms at the same time, that can be visualized. You can see the bottom orange color, which is gonna be a channel number one, and here we have purple, which is gonna be a channel number two. So likewise, we have a two channel. So what do you mean by the two channel in the pinout? Here you can see there is 1 plus 1 minus, which is the first pin which is going to be 1 plus and this is going to be 1 minus. And second pin which is going to be 2 plus and this is going to be 2 minus, which means that there are two channels which is out there. And remember, whenever you are really using a channels, we need to use the negative probe as well, not only just positive. Otherwise, negative probe will be turning as an antenna and it will pick up a lot of noises and so on. So shall we see the demo? Okay, and in the right side, you can see that channel settings will be available, like whatever the channels you need to set up. So that channel settings will be available. So like channels, horizontal settings like time base and position, and vertical like volts and volts are division and position. And while talking about the settings, channels thickness or probe attenuation and memory depth. So all these options, which is going to be shown on the right side. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm just gonna take one source code, which is for PWM, like pulse width modulation. So you can see in this space, PWM pin is equals to 9. We are gonna take a ninth pin. Guys, all people carefully remember, whenever you are really working with an Arduino, like that that PWM pins are gonna be very important. Why? Because in here, you can see for some pin names, there is a tilde symbol at the prefix. Guys, can you able to see that? Just tell me yes or no in your live chat. You can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pins are there. But out of that, if you look closely, pin number 3, pin number 5, pin number 6, pin number 9, pin number 10, pin number 11. So these are all having some tilde symbol at prefix, which means that it is a PWM pins. 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. So for these pins, there is a tilde symbol at the prefix, which means that like it is all PWM pins. Okay, so that's what we always wanted to use it for the PWM application. So that's why here we have taken the pin number 9. So which is a PWM capability it has. And then now PWM it is gonna emit the signal, like it is gonna be output device. So that pin mode which is also need to be assigned as output pin. That's all okay. Now using that PWM like pulses and all. Now we are using a function called analog write because it is going to be analog. It is not going to be digital. So analog write of PWM pin of 64. What do you mean by that actually? Imagine this is the code where we are going to optimize or we are going to modify the duty cycle, like on off duty cycle. So 25% of the 255, which is going to be 64. So that's why it is 25% duty cycle at 3000 delay. Okay, 3000 means like 3 seconds. And then 50% duty cycle of 2025, it is going to be 127. So that is 127. And again, with the same delay of 3000. And then PWM of 191, which is 75% of the delay of 255. And that is also 3000. Guys, and also all people, please make sure you can able to see the camera as well, because that is where you can able to see the kit. And that is where I'm gonna connect all the components and all. Make sure you are seeing a camera feed as well. Because yeah, you can see this. I'm already showing you the camera things, and where I have this like discovery kit. Now we'll see the demo. So you can just see now I have this oscilloscope, and this is what the orange color channel which is being selected. It is a channel number 1. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take two jumper wires and I'm just going to plug it with the channel 1 and channel 1 minus. You can see channel 1 plus and channel 1 minus, that is the place where two wires are being connected. So once these two wires are being connected, now I have to probe the channel 1 positive pin at the pin number 9, because that is the place where we have written the code, right? So PWM pin is going to be channel number, the pin number 9. For that pin number 9, that channel 1's positive is being connected. And what is going to be the second pin? The second pin, which is going to be a channel negative. Channel negative, you can directly probe it to the ground wire. So that is all been done. So once it has been done, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to upload the program. So just choose Arduino, and I'm just uploading this code. So you can see now it is showing you done uploading. So once that is been uploaded, now this is what the oscilloscope we have. And you can simply click single option. Single is going to pick up only one pulse. You can see it is just one pulse. But when I'm clicking run, ta-da, you can see 25 percentage duty cycle for 3 seconds, 50 percentage duty cycle for 3 seconds, and 75 percentage duty cycle for 3 seconds. So this is what the PWM output, which we are seeing it in an oscilloscope. Now, Sanjay, how to visualize what are all the probe I have to know if I want to become an embedded developer or hardware engineer? So always remember, in any scope, there will be both horizontal as well as vertical. So while talking about the horizontal or vertical, the first thing you need to know about is the position. You can just see the positions. So whenever you are really adjusting it, that position will be varied. You can see where you are keeping a signal. You can see. So likewise, you can adjust the position in this way, or you can adjust this one. Okay, this is gonna be called as a position. Like while talking about the position, where you are really keeping the signal and how it is gonna be visualized. You can see this is how I just adjusting it. Okay, even when I'm putting 0 right now. Okay, ta-da! You can see this is what we have got. And carefully listen, carefully look out this. This is not coming to negative pulse. It is just always in all on state. On and then off state. You can see this center line, the center horizontal line, which is gonna be your zeroth line, and the vertical center line, which is also available. So this horizontal center line, which is going to be at the point of 0, you can see when I'm hovering a mouse, it is 0.1 voltage or something. But to that maximum peak, which it is reaching to around 4.9 V. Okay, 4.9 V, which is going to be your 5 voltage. Okay, so 5 voltage is the thing we'll be getting it from the microcontroller, because whenever we are doing an on and off, so here we will be getting around 5 voltages and amplitude. And even if you wanted to adjust other stuffs, for an example, if you want to adjust the time base, you can see initially it is 1 millisecond, but you can adjust it. Okay, you can see. So whenever you have kept around 20 milliseconds, so this every section, which is going to be 20 ms. So that's how you have to adjust it to see the signal properly, like 50 ms, 100 ms. You can see how the signal is really looking like. It is really looking very weird. You can see when you are seeing that same PWM pulses at 20, 200 ms and all, you can see how it looks like. Okay, so 500 ms and 1 second, you can just see how the signal is really looking like. Okay, but let me just step it down, 10 ms, 5 ms, 2 ms, 1 ms, 500 ms, 500 microsecond. So if you watch carefully, that on pulse width, which is getting updated, first it is 25 duty cycle, and then 50% duty cycle, and then 75% duty cycle. You can see the on pulse width, it is 25%. This is remaining. And now this is 50, this is also 50. And now this is 75, this is 25. So whenever you really wanted to adjust that position, so you can able to adjust that position in this way, like both the vertical position as well as the horizontal position, you can just adjust for like better viewing. If you really wanted to visualize it properly, you can just adjust that vertical and horizontal positions to visualize it in the better way. Okay, so that's how we are really seeing an output. But at the same time, let me upload another code, which is for LED brightness adjustment, where we are not we are simply writing some values like some 10 to the certain value. We are going to keep on adjust it. So let me see that output. You can see how it looks like. Okay, it is faster. Okay, before we have just given 30 seconds, sorry, 3-second delay. But now we guys have given the same task, but the delay is very less, like 30 millisecond, which is very, very less. So that's why you can see initially the duty cycle, it is like what is going to be this output if you are connecting the same place with an LED. Okay. For an example, if you are connecting an LED at the same position or the same pin, the brightness will be low and brightness will be high. Brightness will be low and brightness will be high. Brightness will be low and brightness will be high. So that's what the output of this important thing. And remember, there is a difference between stop and single. Single means it is going to run only at that instant and it is going to show you the output. It is not in a real time. But when I'm clicking a run button, it is going to show you the lively output of the oscilloscope. And remember, whenever you're really seeing an output in the oscilloscope, you have to make it center. Okay, so the first rule is you need to make it center so that you can able to measure it easily. So you can see the grid behind it. At the top here we have one grid. That one grid here it means 5V, 5 voltage. So you can see this point to this point, which is gonna be 5 voltage. Okay, and this line is zeroth line, and this is 5 voltage line. Okay, so that's what this PWM signal, which is amplitude is 5 voltage, and whereas the time which is keep on changing, like the width is keep on changing. So initially the on pulse width is very small and it is rapidly increasing like step by step. First it is that's what the duty cycle changes to make the LED to glow, brightness and those things. That is all can be done in this way. And at the same time, trigger is also available. So trigger is like if you wanted to set any trigger, like at this certain point, you need to capture the signal. So if you really wanted to trigger it, you can able to use the trigger option as well. So whenever there is a rising edge, it is needed to be detected, you can just select it in a rising edge and you can able to set the trigger as well. Okay, so that whenever it is reaching that certain position or something, we can able to easily get it. And at the same time, there is a measures as well. So when I'm clicking a measure, you can see what is the mean value we are used to get. It is keep on changing, and peak to peak it is reaching maximum 5.5 voltage it is reaching. Okay, channel 2 is not active, so just see this orange color one only, like which is channel 1. And you can see peak to peak, which is 5.5 voltage. It is going up to 5.5 to some voltages. Some small fluctuations are there, but it is good because it is varying from 5.3 to 5.5. So that is what the measure is all about. And cursor also we can just have where this cursor option, which is going to give you the overall information like about what is the curve v2 and v1 and delta t and 1 by delta t. So all these value it is going to be shown as a cursor as well. Okay, but in a real oscilloscope, you have to know how to adjust that probe of what is it? How to adjust the probe of voltage as well as the time. Okay, both horizontal and vertical adjustments. So this you have to know how you are placing the signal. Like, are you placing the signal properly in that like zeroth line or something? Because here it is sharply kept at zeroth line, and the voltage we can able to measure this one grid. Okay, one row, the first row. So this is gonna represent that one unit, which is gonna represent it is a 5 voltages. So that 5 voltage is also available. And yeah, that's it. And then here we have a time delay as well. So while talking about the time delay, it is keep on adjusting because in our program we guys have did the same. So that's why it is adjusting in this way, like from lowest duty cycle to highest duty cycle. And also, if you really wanted to adjust that time signal as well, you can just adjust this time here. So time base of 1 ms. So this is going to be called as 1 ms now. Like one section is going to be called as 1 ms. So that is what the 1 ms which is all about. This one is 1 ms. And so that according to that, the signal which is going to be shown. And if you wanted to trigger any rising stage or something, then you can use a trigger option. Even in that DSO, real DSO, that trigger option is there. And measure option, which is going to be helpful for giving you the overall information. Okay, so right now we just discussed the basic things about the oscilloscope. We will be exploring everything in detail. So why we are really covering all these stuffs where? Because remember, like if you wanted to become an embedded engineer, like hardware or software, especially hardware, these kind of debugging knowledge, which is highly essential. Without having this knowledge, we can't able to get cracking the job interviews. If anyone is asking what is a trigger, we can't able to give an answer. So you should be aware to give those kind of answer to get selected in interviews. So that's why we are going to discuss. So guys, and also what is a very important thing is this oscilloscope is okay, but at the same time I'll cover the other stuffs as well. So while talking about the other stuff, you can see that it is going to have oscilloscope is okay, or the oscilloscope where you are going to measure the signal. But at the same time, here there is an option called signal generator as well. So what is that signal generator is, if you wanted to generate some signal and if you wanted to give it to a feedback or give it to a output or something, then it is gonna be generated by using the signal generator option. So you can see constant. So if you wanted to constantly pass 5 voltages, you can pass through the constant. Or if it is a waveform, if you want as a waveform, you can see you can generate the sinusoidal waveform. So at 5 voltage and frequency of 2 megahertz. So if you wanted to generate at any time, if you wanted to generate any pulses or something, you can see I am generating one frequency pulse, sinusoidal wave with a 20 kilohertz. That's what the pulse which I'm generating, and you can transmit. And even you can do a math as well. So while talking about a math sign of certain thing and that and all, you can able to write the formula here. And when you are writing a sine of t or cos of t or something, so then for that also it will generate the form, or generate the pulse. Even here, it is not only about the sinusoidal wave. Even you can generate the square pulse. Even you can generate the triangle pulse. Even you can say the trapezoidal pulse, and even you can see the rising ram sawtooth and falling ram sawtooth. So likewise, we can able to generate various pulses as well in this scenario. And yeah, that's what is all about. And at the same time, we can able to go with a voltmeter as well, just to measure the voltage and so on. So when I'm clicking a run, it is going to show you that voltage. Now we have just connected with the data pin. So in the data pin, this is how the voltage is varying. That PWM pulses and those things, that is how it is varying. So that voltage you can see through the voltmeter. That is also can be done. And also, yeah, so and also like network analyzer for Bode and Nyquist plot, which you might have studied in your college days. So this is what it is all about. So, but remember, you have to know how to use this oscilloscope, primary skill, and logic analyzer, primary.